Good morning, crew. So I'm on my way to campus. It is like 7:20. I have my first exam, like real exam, today. It's OB. I am nervous because it's so much content, and I was covering. I want to say we covered. I know we covered a full 10 chapters, and then we also there was like some extra pages as well that we had to cover. So, needless to say, I'm nervous, and you know, you just never know. You know what I mean? This is the first of this one. I'm sure the nerves will go away once. I'm sure the nerves will go away once I sit down and take my cleansing breaths. I will jam today. I'm on the way. I just wanted to pop in with you guys and just share my real-time thoughts. I'm like, we've already talked. Y'all know I have test anxiety. Always, let me go this way. I always have test anxiety. It does not matter how prepared or how, that I am. I am always nervous about an exam. So, it is what it is. I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to pray for recollection, and I'm going to pray for my memory to be stimulated. I just would like for this test to happen so I can see it and for it to be over. That's pretty much it, I don't really want this to go on any longer than it has to. I know my test assignment, I have my pencils, I got my calculator. At this point, I've studied all I can study. So if I don't know it right now, I'm not gonna learn it. Do you know? So I hope my studying, my weekend of studying, I literally spent like the better part of 72 hours, the last 72 hours in the house, face in the books. I did break away, because you got to break away when you study. I did break away bits and pieces, to do something outside of nursing or change the method or media in which I was studying. So maybe the majority of my time I spent in the PowerPoints and the books. And maybe I would break away for a video, or whatever. However I study, I definitely feel like I have all this information swirling in my head, and until I see the way the professor actually puts the questions on the test, I'm gonna be nervous. So hopefully, the first 10 questions would just be like boom, 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 and I'll be able to sit and kind of marinate on some of the harder questions, more difficult questions, if need be. I do know that she's a big believer in select all that apply. So she loves select all that applies, and her rationale behind it is that's what's on NCLEX. I want to get you acclimated to the alternative format questions, being anything outside of multiple choice. So that's what I figure is going to happen. I'm not complaining. I just got to make sure that I take my time and read the question and read the answers before I make a final answer, because there could be one word in the question that will give you a different answer, and then it will completely change it would completely change what the correct answer would be. So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. I'm going to listen to some music, just get my energy back up to how it normally is. I feel good. I slept well last night. You know, I got a good night's sleep as always. I would let y'all know how the test goes later. I have a sim day tomorrow for peds, so, and then I also am in the middle of writing a paper for peds, so we shall see how that goes, but I will holler at y'all a little later. Peace. What's up, crew? Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. I am on my way to run a few errands. I needed to break away from studying, so I'm getting ready for my peds test, which is on Tuesday. And I just wanted to kind of, I needed to break away from the room and from the house because, you know, it's been a pretty gloomy day today. The sun is back out, but it was storming really bad earlier. I got a few more situations to get into for peds as far as reading. And then I'm going to go ahead and review the PowerPoints. This professor teaches a little differently. She doesn't teach per se like based off of the book doesn't follow the PowerPoint. The way she teaches is she teaches off of the PowerPoint, and she's almost like a supplement. The book is a supplement. So that's what she does. So I can't study for this the same way that I study for OB. Speaking of which, you guys, I got my OB grade back, and y'all know it's always a production for me. But I kind of want to put y'all in the mood as to how I was feeling during the exam. I didn't feel that good with the exam. And it only is because she had a ton of select all that applies on there. When I say a ton, I mean there had to have been, what? I mean, there was a lot of select all that apply. And she did give us, you know, a pre-warning like, hey, you're probably going to have a lot of select all that apply. But I didn't think it was going to be as many as it was. And they weren't just like select all that apply. They were like select all that apply. And really you had to think about, you had to really think and make sure that the answer that you were selecting was the correct one. So that was, you know, it's frustrating, but I passed. I got an 88, almost an 89. So I'm very happy with a B. You know, one more question, I could have easily gotten an A, but when I walked out of it, I didn't necessarily feel that I got any particular grade, so I was just praying for a 75, which is a passing. I was praying for that because it was a tricky exam, and the information, I mean, she pulled, which I knew she was going to do this, she pulled very obscure information. So because of that, you really had to make sure that you were reading, which fortunately I read the section several times, like I said earlier in the week. But I passed. I'm super excited. This is like a good foundation, nice laying the brickwork for how the semester is going to go, hopefully. Like I said, I'm getting ready for peds. My first peds exam is on Tuesday, and then I don't want to say a week off, but there's a week. This is the only time where we have like that weird week where there is no exam, and that is the week after the peds exam. There's like no exam, but we'll be prepping for our next OB exam, so you know it'll still be like it is study mode, because OB so intense that you got to kind of study all the time. So I just wanted to pop in and let y'all know how my grade was. I didn't want y'all to have to wait another week for for the grade. So I'm super excited. Look, you guys, this book right here is Bible. This book, I tell y'all this all the time. I ride around with this book. Obviously, it's in my car, but this book helped me with the exam. It has a great OB, maternity, and pediatric section, and it is so good, you guys. So just make sure that y'all get this one. The questions that they have in the back are really great. And then there's also an app that I use. It's like what is it? It's like NCLEX RN, but if I can put a link to his iOS app that one of my homegirls put me on to, and it really works. So I'm gonna go. I'll let y'all go. Peace.